Hello, dear one, child of the universe, sister or brother of time, who journey through eternity together. My name is Alex. I've gone by other names that you may know, but today you may call me Alex. I come to you today so that we may speak about you and your role in the universe, and to help you find the energies that you need to fulfill your role and to help heal yourself. Why, you may ask, do I think you need healing? I know that there have been terrible hardships that you've had to endure in order to maintain your human life. I know that even the best of times can sometimes leave you feeling hollow and empty. And I know that there is an energy inside of you that is waiting to be activated in order for you to use it to fill those voids, to give yourself strength, and to bring you to an understanding that is going to help you with your journey through this earth time and allow you to reach the goals you've set for yourself even before you took your first steps on the Mother Earth. To begin with, let's talk about who you are. Yes, you have a name. Yes, you have a place. You have parents, you have children perhaps. But who are you really? Are you merely the person whose name you've answered to since your birth? I don't believe so, and I don't think you believe so either. You are a piece of eternity, a piece of God itself, as important as any other piece in this universe, as important as any other piece that exists. You are here on this earth because you are a soul warrior. You are here bringing light, paving a new future, and even if you don't believe that you're doing very much, or even if you believe that you're doing everything possible, you are doing exactly what it is you're here to do. Your time here on this planet was preordained. You are not here now because of some strange coincidence. You have a purpose and a reason, for this is not any time on earth, and even if you may have lived on earth before, even if you may have lived on earth many times before, you are here now because you have a job to do now, and now is the only time that matters. Let us talk about what that job could be. It's probably not news to you that changes are coming. What may be news to you is that those changes can't come by themselves. Those changes are not going to just happen. They're not something that has been set in some cosmic clock and the alarm will go off and the changes will happen. If it were so easy, then you wouldn't be here. The changes that are going to happen because you and others like you make the effort to make them happen. You may have heard stories about how terrible these changes are going to be. You may have heard stories of earthquakes and tidal waves, explosions and volcanoes and other such horrid things. The truth is, since you and others like you are going to create these changes, then you and others like you can choose the form that these changes will happen as. If you focus on these changes being terrible events, if you say that these things cannot happen without floods and earthquakes and tidal waves and millions of people suffering and dying, then that is what will come to pass. But, dear one, if you and others like you focus on these changes happening in a peaceful, loving way, if you focus on these changes happening through harmony and understanding, if you focus on these changes happening through the strength that you have inside of you, which we will begin to unlock together, if you focus on that, then these changes do not have to be dreaded. They can be peaceful, they can be calm, and they can be without the terror and horror and darkness that comes with the panic and the dying that the other scenario provides. You may find yourself wondering, how could that be? All the prophets, all the seers, all the psychics, everyone around you has told you that these changes are going to come. You may be surprised, and you may ask yourself, how can that be? Everyone that you can think of who has talked about this time of change has talked about terrible events, has talked about pain and suffering, has talked about floods and famine, has talked about a horrible future that must be endured, and only the few that are so lucky to endure it will ever live to see the other side, to see the glory. Actually, they are wrong. The truth is that this beautiful time, this time of joy, this time of reorganization, this time of a new earth, of a new heaven on earth, does not have to be the result of suffering and misery. It has been said that the birth of the new age will be very much like the labor a mother goes through to birth a child. They say the pain and the suffering and the misery is so intense, yet it'll be worth it because there will be a child born in a new life. And then they tell you that the pain and the suffering and the misery that you will endure will be worth it because there will be a new earth, a new future for mankind. But labor can be approached in many, many different ways. A woman who believes that she is going to suffer in great pain and that her labor is toil and horror is much more likely to feel toil and horror and great pain upon giving birth, whereas another woman who has an attitude that labor is natural, it is not the worst that she could go through because it is something she's doing because she loves the child she's about to give birth to. Her experience is not horrible at all. Why is it that the same experience to some is horror and to others it is not? The answer is the perception of the person experiencing this. You and those like you are the ones who will experience this. You will experience these times of great change, and they will be what you make them. But even more powerful, the energies that you all possess individually, when focused on a primary concept, will change reality. I do not say lightly, dear one. I do not say in jest. I say with all confidence that if you and the others like you agree that there does not have to be this great time of pain, suffering, and death before the earth revives, then this time will not happen, because you create the reality around you. Your earth, no matter how physical and how real it seems to you who live on it, is merely an illusion. Your earth is not real. Yes, it feels real to those who live on her, but your body itself is part of the earth, so the body you live in is an illusion. Even my very words that you are hearing in your ears are an illusion. The earth around you is energy that has taken on a physical form. The energy is real. The form is something that's just made up. The form is make-believe.